Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 18th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. And that'll be that. You have the Seven of Wands here, Seven of Swords. Two sevens is like internal fears don't exist. So you have two sevens. And so I would watch the fears. A lot of people have had like fear cards this week. Could just be a collective energy based off what's going on in the world. So it wouldn't really surprise me. And, but I don't think it's that big of a deal in your reading. I think it's just saying that, it's something I would look out for here with this energy for sure. But let's see what is going on for you. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of defending your position at the top of a hill. And a lot of you I do feel a lot of you are kind of like focused on greatness at this time. You have the Ten of Pentacles here. Ten of Pentacles is kind of like everything you want in life. It doesn't mean you have everything you want in your life. I'm just saying it is like the card of everything you want in your life. It's a card of building or creating your own legacy or leaving a legacy as well. It's a card of inheritance and things like that. I don't really feel any of that here. But I do feel like I shouldn't say that, because what I do feel is I feel that you are very focused on kind of creating something permanent in your life, kind of like everybody else in general is, but I feel like you're hoping to create something more stable. I think it's missing one thing here, and I see it right here, the Fool. I think something is missing, just like fun. And I'm not saying you're boring or anything like that here, Virgo, but it's like you might be focused on creating family or having a relationship, and it might be too serious. I feel this Fool is calling out to me here, and it's calling out for just like the fun side of things, enjoying something, and really embracing the kind of like the beginning moments. I think sometimes the Fool can say that we just rush to finish lines in life when we should really be enjoying the journey. And the Fool reminds us to enjoy the journey. And I feel like this whole entire reading here, Virgo is saying there's a journey that you should be enjoying, whether it's a relationship or something you're building. You have the Ten of Pentacles or the Eight of Pentacles here, which could say you're embracing something, you're mastering something on a very deep level. Could be a skill, could be a relationship, could be anything you're working on. But again, I feel this is saying like enjoy it. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles here. Seven of Swords can represent lying, cheating, stealing, but as I always say, he is stealing those swords from an army that is in the background of that card. It's kind of like a card that represents, really needing to look at things differently. It's a card of doing things differently as well, because again, he's not going to war with that army. He's stealing the swords so that they can't be used against him in battle. And, pretty much everyone gets messages like this for the past several years that we need to be looking for other ways of doing things, just because, I don't know, I feel like the universe is trying to get us to let go. And I would say a major lesson, or I wouldn't even call it a lesson, I just think a major request from this reading is that you are maybe going through a time where you're letting go of things, but it's probably just letting go of outcomes. I see this as a reading that is making you lighter. It's like, I don't know if you've ever met someone who's like a control freak. They're all like tight, they're all kind of trying to force things to happen. And I'm not calling you a control freak. I'm just saying, I'm giving you an extreme example here so I can paint a picture, Virgo. But what I'm saying is that I feel like this reading is like, if you've ever met someone who's just like kind of like lets go and lets things happen in their life, things typically work out for those people, right? And not always true, but for the most part, I feel like this reading is saying that you can have this Ten of Pentacles, whatever it is for you, but I feel this need to kind of like shed layers, lighten up, loosen up, let things go in your life with that Ten of Pentacles is what I would say to you. The Ten of Pentacles, I'm also getting something about loyalty here. There are two dogs right here, Virgo, and I do feel you could be attracting like a person into your life who's going to be very loyal to you. I feel like there's a very strong intuitive connection. You have the High Priestess here. It could be a Pisces, but I'm not really getting Pisces vibes, if I'm being honest. I'm on the High Priestess. I'm just more picking up on there being kind of like a very intuitive connection. Next, you have this Many Paths card. I feel like there are many paths in your life, of course, just like everybody else. I feel like there are many different directions that you can take your life as well at this time. And so I kind of feel this is encouraging you to pick a new path, really. You have the Nine of Cups. Nines, to me, are cards of newness. You also have the Two of Pentacles, which is kind of like weighing your options, trying to figure things out, right? You have the Nine of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Fool. The Fool, again, I just get fun here. Also, another card with a dog on it. How many other cards? You just have two. So there's definitely a focus on loyalty in your reading. Again, I picked up on it on this Ten of Pentacles, but I'm also getting it here as well. So some of you could be looking to attract a person who is loyal to you, but this could also be a job, for example, as well. It's like there are jobs out there where the bosses or managers or whatever really care about their people and really make sure to take care of them. There are others that don't, right? So I feel there can be loyalty in multiple areas of life, and I feel you're very focused on that. But again, the only thing I'm getting on that Fool card is like needing to have some enjoyment in something that you're doing. You have the Two of Pentacles. Excuse me. Sorry. Still have this COVID cough, but the Two of Pentacles is also about needing to have fun, right? Two of Pentacles is the card of work hard, play hard, and I definitely get that energy here in this reading where things need to be kind of like more lighter is the best way I could describe it. But the Two of Pentacles also says you have a choice. Believe it or not, the High Priestess also says you have a choice. So I feel like you have some choices, and you have this many paths card. So there are many paths going on here. We're going to clarify it. We're going to clarify this reading so that you know like which path is best, obviously. But next you have the Nine of Cups. Really what I'm getting is that you've manifested a path that you desire, and you could be being too serious about it. Again, I feel like in life we are all guilty of this. Not calling you out here, Virgo. I feel we kind of try to manifest something, and we're just like, okay, here you go, and then we get scared, right? And we don't go down the path, or we think, oh no, it can't be this easy, or we kind of apply our own human vision to these things. So I feel like this is saying that part of me feels like this reading is saying you're kind of like attracting a path, or you've manifested a path that you desire to take, and I feel like this is saying don't run away from it, right? You have this root girl. It says the disowned self. So I feel there are some things inside of you that you could be ignoring, like play. And again, it's like it's going to be impossible to see. Sorry, I'm traveling right now, and I have to do what I can with what I got, as I always say. But it kind of looks like a little girl on this card. And I feel for a lot of you that you could be, it's kind of like that child self, again, that I get on that Fool card of needing to be more playful, needing to inject more fun or not take things too seriously. You have the High Priestess, the Hermit, which is you, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Hermit, I feel it's like saying you've gone through the worst of something. The Hermit, he's gone through a dark night of the soul. Now he's standing on the top of a mountain and he's shining his inner light. So I feel like you've gone through your dark night of the soul, or whatever you want to call it. Now I feel like you have a choice. The High Priestess, she has these two pillars, the B and the J, represents a lot of different things, but it can definitely represent a choice or having a choice to make. Truly, what it represents is the fact that she's a totally integrated being. You have the kind of like the dark and the light, and that's not really what the B and the J represent, but you have the dark and the light side. She's sitting in the middle. She has integrated her darkness, her dark side, and she's integrated her light side as well. And so she's like integrated her monster, And I kind of feel that's what this disowned self is saying. It's like there are some benefits to having, that monster inside of you under control. I always like to use the example. It's like if someone is attacking you or your family, and it's like if you're only nice in that situation, not going to work out too well. But if you can stand up for yourself and stick up for yourself and defend yourself, then you are kind of like fully integrated in those moments. It's not about like being one or the other, right? And I feel like that's part of this integration, but what I feel like is being integrated here is fun, like I said with that Fool card. You have the Eight of Pentacles. I really just feel like this is saying you've done the work. Like I feel like it's saying you've done so much work, now it's time to enjoy something. And I feel enjoyment is a major kind of like significant part of this reading. If you're doing things like beating yourself up over the past, Four of Pentacles, I feel like it's time to say like, okay, the past is the past. I learned my lesson, let it go. It's like nobody's perfect, right? So no matter what you've done, even that Seven of Swords is like maybe in relationships you've done things that you're not proud of. I feel like this is saying, let it go. It happened. Now you're different. If you learned your lesson or whatever, now it's time to move forward. We've all done things that that we're not proud of, right? So I kind of get that feeling here, and it's like you might be, I'm not saying this is true for all of you, but for some of you, I definitely get this feeling that at this time of this reading, that you could be beating yourself up over something you just don't need to beat yourself up over, right? Especially if you've changed. So that's what I'll say there. But let's see what is going on here. Sorry, like I said, I'm traveling. These tables Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Empress, glow up, a lot of abundance coming in for you. I feel like you truly have the power to create abundance as well. She is normally holding that scepter, and she uses that scepter to grow the wheat in front of her. It's like the power is in your hands, is what I feel like saying here. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you. I do feel like there could be new love for sure showing up here. Could be a water sign, could be any sign, general reading. But I do feel there could be really a good person coming in for you. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to with that Knight. But I do feel there's a person coming in for you. I feel like this person's very intuitive. Like I said, I get definitely a very intuitive connection between you and this person. Maybe, to the point where you read each other's minds, which is interesting. I also feel that this person is very imaginative. They probably have like a wild imagination is what I'm getting with that Knight of Cups. So this could be in all areas of life. I feel like they're like a big dreamer as well. And I also feel like saying something about like they're about to have a hit, which is interesting. So again, sometimes I think we meet people and we're like, this person, they really don't have their light together, but it's almost like, I get that like mad scientist type of vibe where they're about to create something that actually works and makes them super successful or something like that. So you might be meeting a person who's like right on the edge of, having some sort of breakthrough in their own life. And I feel like you're also about to have a breakthrough. So that's probably why you're meeting this person. If you want love, because I feel like you're about to have a breakthrough. If you don't want to have love, I feel what you are matching up with is just a breakthrough. It's like you're about to have some sort of breakthrough. I get that feeling here. With the 10, what did I say? 10 of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords says, do not rush. Knight of Swords, you can see that horse looks stressed out on the Knight of Swords, as I always say. And, it kind of represents the fact that he is forcing something to happen and all this other stuff. And that's where the fun comes in. It's like, every time I've said this, I've told these stories many, many times, but the whole, long story short, it's like anytime I've tried to force something to happen and get too serious, things always go the wrong direction, right? It's like whenever I just like, let whatever will be, right? And I just kind of go with the flow and, all that other stuff. It's like things just work out for me. It's like, one of my favorite people of all time, Esther Hicks, she always says, things are always working out for me. I repeat, things are always working out for me, like nonstop through my head all day. So I brainwash myself. But, it's super interesting because like my whole entire life, I've had people who kind of look at things that I do and they think like that I don't care, right? I've had many people criticize me in my personal life, thinking that like I don't care, I come off as careless. But it's very interesting that also my life is like 10 times better than some of these people, right? And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because it's like, I'm getting criticized from a person that has like a million problems in their life, but it's like, yeah, my life just kind of like flows, right? And it works. So, I think, I think there's a side of spirituality that is like way too like head in the clouds, right? And I kind of do also think that just saying things are always working out for me, it's like, okay, great, but you still have to take action, right? So I think balance is important here. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I've proven it in my own life and it's free, as I always say. With the 9 of Cups, you have the 3 of Cups, definitely some sort of celebration coming in for you. I kind of feel like this is a reunion. in love, but I'm not talking about someone coming back from the past. I feel like you're kind of like recognizing your soul in another person. So definitely could be like a soulmate type situation coming in here. Could be that type of reunion. Could also just give you the feelings like, you ever meet a person, you're like, I've known this person before. I kind of get that feeling here. For others, I feel like there's just going to be a lot of reasons to celebrate. With the 2 of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Definitely an increase in your finances. I mean, 4 of Pentacles, Empress, Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, like really Chris's down and dirty tarot here. I would say this is like your hard work paying off. With the Fool, you have the Death card. Definitely a transformation. Also, right above my finger there, sorry, my microphone just popped off. So, let me fix this. But there is a child that is right here, and that child is holding up a flower to the Death Rider, and the child is the only person that is not afraid of the Death Rider on the Death card, and it kind of represents the fact that children are not afraid of change. They're not afraid of doing new things. And I really feel that for you here. I'm also noticing that the sun is rising in the background of the Death card. The Fool has the sun to his back as well. So it's kind of like, the sun is rising in your life, but I also feel like there are new beginnings, and you have this childlike energy. Child on the Death card, child right here, and, I feel like this is encouraging you to maybe to inject a little bit more of that childlike fun and enjoyment and, you know, like all those other things, you know, into your life. It's like, and you know, it's kind of funny because in a reading that I did a couple weeks ago, I was talking about how I'm a Black Moon Lilith in Leo personally, and Black Moon Lilith in Leo, part of it is about, you know, learning how to be a child, learning to enjoy being a child. It's like when I was a child, I was like the weirdest kid ever. I had no imagination, and I was like very serious. Like I used to watch, I didn't like watch like documentaries and stuff. I mean, I didn't watch cartoons or anything like that as a kid. I would watch documentaries, right? I didn't do anything like childlike, and you know. That's like part of the Black Moon Lilith and Leo. And it's weird because the reason I'm talking about this is because I kind of feel like we're in that time right now, like energetically, where pretty much as a collective, I feel like we could be taking things too seriously. And I'm not saying we shouldn't, because there are serious things that are happening. But what I am saying is I feel that we need like a little bit more of that like magic, a little bit more of that, you know, I don't know, something is what I would say. With the High Priestess, you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of needing to get moving on something that you want to get started here, Virgo. Knight of Pentacles, he has those empty fields behind him, but he's hesitating. He's not getting started. Definitely feel it's time to get started. With the Hermit, here you go. You have the Emperor, time for action, time to take control, time to kind of like make something happen here is what I'd say with that Emperor. And with the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, I feel like getting to work is going to lead to a lot of success. But I also feel like you're like moving on to calmer shores. So definitely a lot of improvements coming in for you. But I love this reading for you here, Virgo. I feel that kind of like the path you need to move towards is one that is a little bit less serious, you know, is one that is more playful. You might be trying to choose between two people. Maybe you feel like one person's more serious and the other person's more playful. I feel like the playful side is actually what you need for whatever reason. Same thing in work as well. It's like maybe you have an option to either, you know, go work for like some evil corporation or work for some new startup. And it's like maybe the startup is a little bit less money, but maybe it's more playful. And again, I feel like the future outcome is better. So that's just like a couple of examples. But this is a really good reading, Virgo. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.